Monday hero to get us started?
Well, my Monday hero, I could have gone with the three captains, Selwood, Watson and or Nick Riewoldt, but I didn't. I went with a guy from the West Coast Eagles, Mark Lacroix, last night. Now, we've all known this guy as a star, and he lost a year with his knee. He just oozes it. He had 27 last night, Jared. He kicked 5-1. He plays as... He was a small forward, but he's not that anymore. He's a guy who plays, 70 metres out. That's where he can roam. He had 12 score involvements last night to go with his 5-1. He's just a class player. They looked formidable last night. I can't wait till I see the Eagles play against a team who are better credentialed or could put in a better performance so we can better judge them. And the Dogs too will be pretty keen on redemption.
Yeah.
They were pretty poor against a pretty powerful West Coast.
The upside to this was the re-emergence of a powerful team that we have known West Coast to be, and under their debutant coach Adam Simpson, they looked every bit of it again.
2014 for both the Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles is about to begin at Patterson Stadium in brilliant sunshine, and the first leap for the Eagles, superbly guided from Nick Natanui. What about that for going to plan?
Superstars everywhere, and he's one of ours, so we understand how important he is to the club and what he can deliver.
Their forward line was just humming in the end. Lacroix finished with 5 goals, 1. He's had 27 possessions. And Jack Darling's finished with 4 goals. They were just too dominant in the air, too dominant around the ground.
It's always good to have a balance of goal kickers. That's something I've learned from the Hawks, is you can't rely on one player. And if you have an even spread, it become very hard to defend.
If they stay healthy, they'll play finals footy, and if they stay healthy, they could even be
Top 4.
They're a challenger for the top 4, I reckon.
It's a good question to ask them. How do we handle expectations? I finished 13th last year, so we didn't have a great year. We want to improve. We've still got a lot of things to work on. We're not quite where we want to be, and internally we know where we're at.
This new Eagles outfit looks hungry. They were working up and back. Their work ethic was good. A lot to like about their midfield. Their twin towers up forward. Their defence will only get stronger when Schofield and Waters come back in. It's a fair bit to like about the Eagles.
In the end, it was the intent and the hunt that was the big plus for us.
In a way, the principal issue with West Coast is the record at home. They lost 9 of 12 at Subiaco. That's, if they reinforce that how it used to be as their fortress, 2 against Freo, you take those out, then the numbers start to rack up, and that was the perfect way to start. Yeah,
we will find out more about the Eagles when they play a more competitive team, excuse me, and when they go on the road. For Victorian teams to be judged top 4, you've got to win on the road, and I think the interstate teams to be judged as really good teams, they've got to come over to Victoria and win games. Ross Lyon did that with Fremantle. If over the next 5 or 6 weeks when West Coast come to town and they beat up a couple of teams and they go home and they're like 4-1 or 5-1, ooh, we're looking at something formidable. It was like the Eagles. It was like the Eagles of 3 years ago, Jared.
It was the Eagles I expected to see last year.
Yeah, a lot of us did. Look at this unmanned running through the midfield. It was happening time and time again. Brendan McCartney will be just so filthy on the defensive running. They had players, they had behind the shots at times. There's Luke Shuey's back in town too. They had behind the goal shots of them running. Mate, they were wobbling their heads and moving their arms, but their legs weren't going fast. If they got the ball, they run the other way, they run on flat chat. He would be very disappointed. They had 7 more possessions, Western Bulldogs. 7 more and they go down by 65. They just pressured them, West Coast. He talked about endeavour and intent or, drive. Their defensive pressure last night was elite.